been so angry and so irritated and so unhappy due to a lack of sleep. I'm a mess, you guys. I wouldn't have thought I'd be a mess like this.
I definitely just feel miserable and down and out and just like, I don't feel good inside. And it's like sad because you want to feel good. You just had a baby, but you don't.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is the first video of just being, single and a mom and alone without a partner or even his dad involved. A lot of things transpired yesterday, and I just want to say that, I'm going through a lot right now, and I'm barely a mom, and it's hard enough. I'm not sleeping much. I have a newborn, and it's a lot of hard work. And I'm fucking tired. And I definitely am disheartened. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna talk postpartum depression. I so wish that I had my stand to my phone to connect my phone so I don't have to hold it in my hands and so you guys can really see me. But a lot of these videos for the next month or so are going to be like this until, Amazon gets normal again and I can order some new equipment because a lot of my equipment has broken, it's old, and I don't really use it anymore. Gosh, I'm trying to figure out which way I should look at the camera. Gosh, it's been a long time since I filmed. All right. So I don't really have any notes in here. I'm just going to really talk for the heart for the part one of, dealing with postpartum depression and trying to not give up on myself. I would say it's been difficult to say the least. I'm not even going to sit up here and lie. Let me shut it. I was watching the Batman movie on Netflix, but okay. So boom, let's get into some things and we're going to go this way. Hi guys. Since we're going vlog style, I might as well go straight up. So I started noticing that I was suffering from postpartum depression pretty instantly as soon as I got home from the hospital. I had a cesarean C-section emergency. My son was very stuck and bruised inside of me. I will always most likely have to have a C-section because my cervix is shaped weird. So that's probably how I will have the majority of the rest of my children, if I ever have any more children after my son. About the third day of my postpartum, of leaving the hospital, I overworked myself. I was exhausted. I was not properly dealing with my emotions and asking for help. I still have a hard time asking for help. I do majority of everything for my son. I don't ask for help. Honestly, I really don't let anyone hold him. I do everything for him. It's just this primal instinct. Maybe it's because he's my first kid. Everyone's like, you're so stingy with him. And it's not on purpose. It's just he's mine. And I guess I'm a little territorial over my son. But I started noticing that I wasn't getting any sleep. I didn't sleep well in the hospital. I never asked the nurses to take my son, really. I did everything on my own. My mom would, me and my mom haven't got along. And Mom, I do apologize for some of my treatment towards you. And I understand that this is hard for you to understand the way I feel. And I get it. But my mom was there for me the most out of anyone. She would go to work from the hospital. So she would get off work, come to the hospital. She would even shower in my room. So she would just get ready for work there with me because, I needed her help. And I thank her for that. And I thank her so much for that. And even though lately she has not understood the way I felt, which has been so hard, explaining people why you're so angry. I should never wear makeup for this video. I started to have these mood, I wouldn't even call them mood swings. I would just call them I'll bite your fucking head off if you tell me something. Don't tell me shit type of moods. And that's not good if you're Black and you know what I'm talking about when you live at home with your parents, because no matter how old you get, they gonna tell you something. And, you know, it became really adamant that I was cooped up in the house. So it started to affect me mentally. It still is, especially now since we're in quarantine. I started feeling anxious, super anxious. I was checking on my baby constantly throughout the night. Constantly checking on. I was not sleeping. Still not sleeping. But the anxiety was keeping me up. The anxiousness, the what ifs. So what if he chokes? What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? What if... And it started instantly. Never talked about it. Kind of kept it in. Well, I started having these outbursts with my family. I started lashing out. Like, I started being mean. And it was like anytime they said something to me, which I still take personally, because I feel like my family, unfortunately, doesn't think I'm capable. I think they're shocked. I didn't think, okay, I want to use proper words because I'm talking about my own family. I didn't think they thought that I could do this on my own. So they would really say things that weren't the most supporting things to tell a person that's hormones, that's going through postpartum. And they were being really insensitive with their words, and they would say little things, and I was like, I got this. Like, I got it under control. Or they'd be like, why is the baby crying? Are you not feeding him? Are you feeding him? Are you not feeding him? Are you even getting enough breast milk? Hint why I stopped breastfeeding, because I started feeling insecure with the fact that maybe my son wasn't eating enough, which I think he was. I think I felt pressured and worried all the time that he wasn't eating. So I started feeding him more formula than boobs. So that's another video that we'll make after this. My breasts are drying up completely. From the stress, anxiety, everything. Really sad about it. I really wanted to feed my kid breast milk. And I'm not. So that plays into my postpartum depression. It's just like a bunch of stuff. Like, for instance, I'm living with my sister, right? I never wanted to be here from day one. But my circumstances, my life, I ended up here. I wanted to provide my kid everything. You know, everything right off the bat. I wanted to provide him with his own space, his own room, his own this, his own that. I haven't been able to do that. I had all these things planned in my brain, right? None of them. None of my plans I got to do. I wanted to breastfeed. I wanted to have this perfect space for me and my son, our own apartment, our own this, our own that. Nothing. Now, it's just like all that disappointment through these last few weeks. I don't want to cry. It has been so hard for me to accept that this is the way things have to be. And I just really wanted to provide my kid with everything. And like when everything was going wrong to like the way I wanted to birth my kid, I never wanted to have a C-section. And I was in labor for so long. And then when I came home, I did everything by myself. Because everyone had to go back to work and have to go back to reality. And I had to do everything on my own. I got no fucking sleep. And I already did this pregnancy by myself. So it was just like, I have fucking no one. Fucking no one. And it's just like every new thing would transpire. Like my son's dad called and was really rude, and his lawyer called me. So that was more stress. I was like, oh fuck, we're going to court. Okay. His lawyer's calling me. I have to lawyer up. More money, more this, more stress. His parents, like our relationship, it's just like, it was like I was taking these hits. It was just like disappointment, disappointment. And it was just this rage building and building and fucking building. Because my postpartum, I'm postpartum rage. I'm angry all the time. And I don't want to be angry, but I'm fucking angry. I'm fucking angry. I just am. The littlest fucking thing can take me the fuck off. You say something about me, I'm like, say that to my motherfucking face then. Like, I'm just this tick bomb. And I hate it. I hate that my anxiety and lack of sleep is turning into rage and anger. A lot of people don't talk about postpartum rage. They don't talk about it. I don't really have thoughts of hurting my kid and shit like that. It's just this like moody, don't fucking talk to me, leave me the fuck alone vibe. Moodiness and anxiousness. And it's making me, the anxiousness is making me moody. So I think it's all stemmed from my anxiety. And then the depression hits and I feel like shit and I hate the way I look. And I tell myself, like, you're shit. You can't even produce fucking breast milk for your fucking kid. You can't do nothing right. And I had a pretty big freak out last night. Pretty big. And it hurts when you don't have support. I don't have support. I don't. Like, my family's trying, but they don't fucking know what to do. They're like, they're taking the black approach. They don't fucking know. They're like, you're fine. You'll be okay. Go for a walk. I'm so paranoid. I can't go for a walk. I'm scared. Like, I'll bring a disease home to my child. I haven't really left this house much. I went to the store a couple times. But they're just like, oh, you're fine. Or they'll say like smart ass responses. Or, it's just like I have no support. So on top of like this rage, there's this depression and sadness. And I just sometimes feel like I just can't escape. Like, and then there's this like loneliness. And it's just hard. It's hard. And I love my kid, but like a part of me hates myself. So it's like weird. It's like, how could you like hate you so much? Your kid needs you. You can't disappear. You have someone. And it's like, why are you sad? You have something beautiful, but there's just this sadness. And I don't know. I don't know. And just like losing my job this week. And it's just like, I can't escape it. Like I was feeling better and it's just like, it's just a lot. I'm trying my best and it's a lot. It's hard when you don't have your own space and you're sharing a space with others. I'm not used to this and it's just a lot. It's just like everything since having the baby has been unperfect and nothing's perfect. All I wanted was to have our own space for us. And I couldn't even provide that. So like, on a brighter note, not trying to dwell on everything fucked up in my life, I did reach out to my doctor and I am getting some help. And I did call this like hotline for moms and they gave me a lot of information on like a 12-step plan on what to do, like go for walks, drink water, take your vitamins, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I've been trying to do. And I didn't even pump all day. I've been trying to get my breast milk back. And, oh, look at my brain just shifting off. I might have to cut this out. My brain just realized I haven't pumped all day. God, look at my brain. See? Yeah, so I am talking to my doctor and he is helping me a lot. But I came to find out that my doctor is moving to Oregon. So that's difficult to take in because it's like, now I got to get comfortable with somebody else and tell them, hey, I'm Jasmine and blah, blah, blah. It's just, nothing in life is perfect. And that definitely triggered my postpartum. It's like just everything, the surgery, the doing everything on my own. Some things I've been doing to not freak out is really biting my tongue, seriously, and just taking a deep breath and focusing on my breath for like 10, 20 minutes, maybe even an hour if the anxiety is bad. Just doing natural methods. Like I said, my doctor did. I have been talking to my doctor. Sometimes I will go for a walk around my sister's apartments and just try to like breathe, or I'll like separate myself. And I'll just kind of sit back in the room and just kind of not be in the living room with everyone else. I'll just kind of like sit back in the in the room and just kind of have some me time. It's really important for me to have my space. I need my space. I'm so about, like, as much as I love to talk and love to be around people, I love my own space. So I do come back here and I sit here. I'm going to start exercising. I am going to start meditating tonight. And hopefully that helps with, you know, the endorphins in my brain, with the chemical imbalance. On top of that, I will be getting on an anxiety medication soon. And I'll talk a little bit more about that once I see how it makes me feel. I hope it makes me feel good, because sometimes I'd rather deal with my anxiety than take anything for it. So I'm a little skeptical of the medication, but I thought, if it's going to stop me from being so mean to my family and raging out on them, maybe I should give it a try, especially since we're locked in here. It just makes my anxiety worse of what's going on in the world. So I was like, maybe I fucking need it right now. So yeah, you guys, I just been struggling with postpartum rage, and I rage out. I just do. And I'm learning more about it. So this is just part 1. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.